pussy put him in his feelings. Cause that thing hitting right though. I never said that I would spend the night though. Now why you mad for? You know how it go. And if I ever wrote I love you shit, that must have been a typo. Now you know iPhone Siri, she be correcting niggas. You right.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Angie's Room. Now today we have a mukbang, and we're doing, I don't know if it's a seafood boil because I like to put mine in the oven, but we have our shrimp, sausage, and potatoes and corn. Boy, I swear this camera don't do no justice for this because baby, it's gonna be good. Oh, yes. Now joining us today is my two daughters. You know, last time I did a video I had my youngest daughter and now I have both of them. And we're going to be discussing a few topics. One, we're going to be talking about the B.Simone situation. We might briefly discuss R. Kelly. And I guess whatever else come to mind will come to discussion while we're, you know, talking. Okay, y'all. So, see, they don't know nothing about the B.Simone story, so I'm going to tell the B.Simone story for them so they'll know. Now, B.Simone is this black lady. Everybody keeps saying she's the black Martha Stewart, when in reality, we know that she's existed before Martha Stewart. She is someone who does, I think, like home design, cooking. She's a restaurateur. She has been for years. She owns several restaurants called B's, I think. I don't know what they call it. Oh, Lord, help me, Jesus. But, yeah, so, no, I think they're called B.Simone. So her restaurants, I think they, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they all were called B.Simone, but whatever. Now the discussion is, this lady ended up having early onset Alzheimer's in 2013. And her husband, who is her caretaker, has decided to go public with the fact that not only just about her Alzheimer's, because they've done several interviews since she found out, I think like as early as 2015, about her onset early Alzheimer's. But this is the part that my kids don't know. Now, y'all, so we got to remember, 2013 is when she was first diagnosed.
What's Alzheimer's?
When they start to forget, like when people get
older.
older.
That was dementia.
It's kind of correlated. It's pretty much the same thing. And so with the Alzheimer's, she got diagnosed in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's 2019. So that means that was like 6 years ago. So now her stage of Alzheimer's is pretty critical. I mean, we can just pretty much, it seems to me as if everybody that's in her circle right now is probably a stranger to her. But I feel like she's functioning very well, at least according to what I've seen on camera. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have their days. If anybody doesn't know, you know, I take care of my mom. My mom, who has schizophrenia. And if you watch my previous videos, you guys would already know that. But so I know that some days can seem, you know, good, and sometimes they have their bad days. Mom, go get you some water, honey. It's spicy. Get you some water. But so I'm not saying that they don't have their days where they struggle with her condition or anything like that, because I'm pretty sure they do. So what they've allowed the public to see is probably on her good days. But this the kicker, y'all. So this man is dating, and I feel the need to say that she's a Caucasian woman, just for the sake of just knowing the story and the characters that are being played in this story. So B.Simone is a black woman. Her husband, of course, is African American. But the woman that he's dating right now, she's a Caucasian woman. She's dated a guy before who was like a I guess a restaurant owner. So the public is looking at her as this person who dates or goes after people who own restaurants. I don't know why, just because she just so happened to date someone who did before. But she left the man that she dated before once he was convicted of a crime and went to jail. Yikes. But the role that she plays in B.Simone life and her husband is that she's dating the husband, but this man don't move the lady in, y'all. So she's acting as caretaker along with the husband and the stepdaughter, which is his daughter, because I don't think B.Simone ever had children with her husband or even before her husband. They've been together for 25 years. So she helped raise this young lady. But so it's just the daddy. You know, it's B.Simone, her husband, the stepdaughter, and this white woman that is living in the home with them. And
she don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, let's just keep it real. Lady really don't motherfucking know because she got Alzheimer's. I mean, she's not 100% aware that this is her husband's mistress.
Oh, she knows her husband. Well, she just wake up and be like, "Who are you?" Every single day. What was that? What did that?
I'm pretty sure she probably wake up every day and not really knowing what.
What you said? Say it again. I said, do she wake up every day and ask the husband, "Who are you?" Like, does she remember that's her husband?
Nah, I ain't there when they wake up every morning, so I don't know. But I mean, she's an Alzheimer's. She has Alzheimer's. So I mean, it's possible. It's possible. And it's possible she could wake up on days and understand that, you know, she just live with these people who she has no memory of. But like I said, what they've shown us on camera, it looks as though she seems happy. She seems upbeat. Like I said, I wouldn't doubt if they have their days where it's probably not always that great. Now the husband says that.
So wait, hold on. So she know that's her husband, or she
I don't know, but I'm assuming at this stage of her Alzheimer's, she probably don't know who the fuck he is. She probably just know that this is somebody who is caring for her, along with the stepdaughter and the white woman. They all care for her.
She don't got no family?
Girl, I've heard comments. People is wondering, like, where's her family? Where's her friends? They wondering what is their take on it.
But really, they can't do nothing about it because she married him, man.
That's absolutely true. Legally, ain't shit they can do about it. But I think that people still are wondering, what do they think? So I don't think people are saying, where's her family, where's her friends? Because as if they can do anything legally to change it or anything like that. I think it's more so they just saying, like, where's her family and friends? Because it's like, damn, ain't nobody here to speak up for this lady. Do anybody think it's wrong how they feel?
And what's sad about it too is I'm not trying to make a joke out of it, but it's like you can't even go to her and question her and be like, okay, so what is this man telling you? What's going on? She gonna be like, I don't know. She don't remember.
Child. I seen one video. She kind of touched the lady so lovingly, like on her hair, like, you know, and was talking to her. I don't know what she be talking about, but because they ain't really had a sound on for us to know what she's saying, but she just seemed happy. I personally,
I don't know what to say, whether to say if it's wrong or right, because I really don't even know what's going on in the household.
I'm telling you what's going on in the household. To me, okay, a lot of people are saying, well, she helps take care of her. She is, you know, active in, you know, helping, you know, take care of this lady and all of that. And that's cool and fine and dandy. But wouldn't a nurse be just as qualified? Like, I'm not even saying that he shouldn't have a relationship at this point, because I understand what it's like to take care of somebody. Now, you know, of course, okay, they're saying, oh, well, she helps even his daughter. she helps with caring for her and this and that. And it's like, I feel like they're speaking up for her or trying to, speak up for her and protect her because people are looking like she's an opportunist. Now, this is what people saying. I'm not saying this is how I feel. And some people are feeling she's an opportunist. They feel like she's basically waiting around for this lady to die. And, I mean, oh, hold on, y'all. My phone from the damn die. Thought I would charge it a whole lot more than what it is, but I guess I did. So let me see if I can load this in. I don't know how this gonna work. It ain't even that I need help. I need something to hold this.
I want to talk about that 21 Savage thing too.
That is not. It's not heavy enough.
You want to talk about the 21 Savage thing?
Let it go for a minute. Just put it right there. Let it go for a minute.
It's gonna fall. See?
Wait, what y'all trying to do?
Girl, plug this phone in because it's about to die.
And leave that thing up there?
What thing?
That thing?
Yeah, trying to get it to hold this place up here on the table because it's kind of heavy.
You did.
Somebody...
You gotta be careful and not drip that on that plug.
Oh, we got it now.
Go ahead, take the bowl so you can still use your sauce.
Yeah, bowl warm.
Okay, sorry about that, y'all. But so yeah. So like I said, people are thinking that this lady is an opportunist. They feel like she's pretty much just waiting around for this lady to die. My thing is, she could be doing that regardless of whether she's staying in the house or not. I mean, but I just think out of respect that she should be outside of their home. Now, I watched this girl today. Dang, I wish I knew her name. I'm gonna try to make sure I put it in the description so you guys can go watch her video. But she has a recording where she was asked on an interview before how does she feel about somebody coming in and helping take care of her. And her response was like, like she ain't with that. On no level. So even if it was a nurse, but I mean, once she get to be that, forgetful and she gets into that stage of Alzheimer's, a nurse coming in, she wouldn't even know the difference, obviously, because she don't even know the difference that her husband is fucking this lady and she live with him. So, I mean,
You dad's wrong.
To the point where I think it's like a little disrespectful to her. And I mean, he's been said to say that he feel like he's not going to give up his life because she's ill. He going to still make sure he's there. He's not going to throw her to home. Yeah, I respect that part. He's going to take care of her. He's going to be with their, this is what he's saying. He's going to be there to the end.
Through sickness and in health.
But he doesn't feel like he should totally give up his life. And I agree with that. I don't have no problem with that. Because it's not like she know any fucking way. But it's just the fact that shit can be depressing. It's depressing. It's hard on your dating life because it is for me. Like I say, I have firsthand taking care of my mama. And I mean, emotionally and mentally, it takes a toll on you. So I get it. I really do. I get it. But why does she have to live in the house though? Like, that's just weird. I mean, it's working for them. So, I mean, I guess, but I don't know. What y'all think?
I don't think it's wrong. The part of her living in the house is wrong, but like other part is wrong.
You want to say that over here because I don't know if people can hear you on camera. What you think, man?
I really don't even really know how to feel about it. Because
I mean, it's not our life. We don't have to live it. It's, or anything like that. But your opinion has to come from a place where you can kind of like, if it was your situation, how would you feel?
Like, okay, not even if it was my situation, but
Or
I
your
don't
loved one.
necessarily think he's wrong for that because it's like, just like how I said earlier, I don't know what's going on in their household. I don't know what he tells her. I don't know if, every day he tries to remind her of who she is or, or certain things. I don't think it would be fair for every day for him to remind her, oh, I'm your husband and this is some lady I'm sleeping with.
No. I don't feel like he should tell her that.
Yeah, I don't think he should tell her.
No, because, and I say that because, I mean, yes, her memory is affected, but we don't know to what degree, you know what I'm saying, how much of it, and we don't know if that could be detrimental to her care. We don't know.
That's
if
what I'm saying. I don't know what's going
that
on
would
in the household.
trigger something. So, I mean, they could just be saying that she's a caretaker. She wouldn't know the difference. But we're looking outside of that because I guess our opinion would be based on if she knew. Let's look at it as if she knew. Like if it was something that you had control over before something happened to you and you said, or voiced your opinion that you wouldn't want somebody to come in and help. You ain't even, regardless of whether it be a nurse or what, she said, they asked her on an interview and I can't remember her exact response, but it was kind of like, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Or like, that's not something she would consider at that time. She wasn't considering that
to
at
me,
that
that
time.
sounds like, number one, she know what kind of man she got. And ain't no telling who gonna come up in there and be hired, and she knows she not gonna know who these people is.
That's true.
That's how I would feel.
And a lot of people saying, well, if she's not being mistreated, bitch, we don't know.
That's not.
That lady could be doing like
mistreated. It's like, would you, even if you didn't know, even like that's like if people don't want to put themselves in her shoes. What if it was you who had no memory of who these people are in your house? You living with your whole husband and his mistress. How would you feel? Would you agree to something like that? No, I don't think nobody would agree to anything like that.
Girl, the lady on the Real, well, not the Real. What's the one with Whoopi Goldberg? Okay, I can't think of the name of that show right now.
View.
But The View. Now, Whoopi say first of all, she don't agree with it. And she said that she wish she wouldn't even put her on film like that. She said because she know that lady. And it's a lot of people, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I've never heard of B.Simone. Sadly, I have never. And but it's a lot of people that know this lady and have followed her through her, her career. And Whoopi is one of them. And she just said, I wish I didn't have to see her like that. I would have been better off knowing of my last memory of her is when I seen her last, in good condition and, stuff like that. And, and I agree with that, but and it's probably because it's personal to her because she knew her. You enjoyed it? Okay. But yeah, so the lady on there, so Whoopi expressed how she felt about it. Then it was one lady on there said that when she first heard of it, she thought, oh my God, like that is so disrespectful. Like, why would you do that? But she said after she watched the film or the interview, she felt different because she said she felt like he didn't leave her. He's making sure he takes care of her. And I commend him for that. My hat's off to him for that. But
because he could have just threw it in the home, threw it anywhere.
Yeah, but it's like, my hat's off to him and I respect him for that. But at the same time, it's like rewarding somebody for having a job. You have a job because you got to pay bills. Yeah, you married that lady. Your vow was to take care of her. So to me, you don't get a hero cookie for that.
Wrong thing, right? That's like when people want to get a award for taking care of their children, right? And you be like, wait, you supposed to feed your kid. You're supposed to provide, Yeah,
those are the things that you're supposed to do. So why are we?
I think the only disrespectful part is the fact that he is allowing the person that he is sleeping with to live in a house with them.
Right. Now I heard someone say, I can't remember who, because of course I was like just watching it and understanding the story. But who was it? Somebody said that they didn't have a problem with it that at least it didn't throw in a home. It don't look like she's being mistreated. Bitch, as far as we know, she could be flowers in the attic in that motherfucking lady. She could be sprinkling some of her goddamn food and killing her slowly, bitch, to get on out the way.
Killing me
Really think about it, y'all. If this lady husband, the person who vowed to love her through thick and through thin, to death do them part, why would I believe that some woman will just come in there? And you know, with Alzheimer's, this lady could live 4 years, 2 years, 10 months, 15 years, the next 10 years. It ain't no guarantee when, I'm sorry, people eventually pass from the Alzheimer's or whatever. And I think because they forget, they probably end up forgetting to breathe, stuff like that, because it affects their mind. So what would make me believe that if this man is so stressed out and couldn't do it, what would make me think that a lady who don't give two fucks about this lady, has no love for her like a husband or a family member would, is gonna stick around for the next 5 years, 2 years, if that? How we know when she ain't over there sprinkling shit on her that can't be the girl child?
But when she got Alzheimer's,
I don't trust it. I think that shit is beyond disrespectful.
I said, when did she get it?
2013, she was first diagnosed.
She don't know.
So I just feel like, and he's so upset, or he's snapping on Facebook or Twitter, whatever the hell he at, talking about people, this and this and that. It's like, nigga, bye. If you ain't want nobody to know or have no opinion, you should have kept that shit behind closed motherfucking doors. We'd have never known the difference. Okay? We'd have never known, sir. So in the meantime, between time, bitch, you got to hear from everybody. That shit disrespectful as fuck to me. I mean, I don't care about, everybody has his opinion. Everybody has the right to their opinion. I respect everybody's opinion. But I just felt like he could have dated her outside of their home. He could have got a nurse to take care of the lady within the home. They have enough money. I know they ain't poor. And I just felt like, and you could have spent enough time with that nurse, just like you spending with her, to understand what type of person that is. You could have set cameras up over your home to make sure she was being cared for. And I don't know. But moving right along, let's talk about R. Kelly ass. And my daughter had brought my attention to something that she's seen, saying that he planning on going on tour, even in the midst of all of this bullshit that's going on.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Let's say that. So what you think, man? What you was thinking about when you first saw it?
I said, oh, he just don't care. He blatantly just showing y'all he don't care. He is one of those people who commits a crime and doesn't get punished for it, and antagonizes the people and the victims, the people against them and the victims. They do things to antagonize and
y'all ain't get me again.
Yeah. But of course, R. Kelly goes on tour, but it's like, sir, during this time right now, you got all this stuff going on. What would make you go on tour? You having a whole investigation going on against you, and you finna go on tour and sing, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind?
Well, I'm gonna tell you why he going on tour. He gonna keep making the money as long as he can, because him and Sony's, or whoever his record label supposedly came to an agreement to sever their ties. He got all these different streaming businesses that are dropping his music.
Oh yeah.
His music is still, you could look it up on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure other places, but you got all these other streaming companies that basically dropped his ass, not playing his music. But just as many people that you have that are against or are opposed to R. Kelly, it's just as many that's still a fan of his, that stand by his side. So, I mean, he's basically being pressured or pushed to, like, that being the way he's going to make his money for right now.
And I ain't gonna lie, the R. Kelly situation is a very tough issue to talk about. It's kind of a sensitive situation to talk about, especially when you speak on the victims, because in some situations, in some situations, it's like it's hard to, how do I put this? It's hard to differentiate between the truth and the little lies that's going on in them. Because all of those victims, some of them aren't victims. Like, I'm not saying all of them are
Girl.
just straight up was gave him permission and volunteer. Some of them were voluntarily involved in some of this stuff. You can't be a victim if you was involved in something and you liked it.
Well, see, that's the thing.
And they trying to say that he manipulated them, and it's like, okay. Then I try to put myself in their shoes and be like, okay, well, maybe, because I've never been manipulated before, but I still can't say, oh, that didn't happen to me, because that ain't never happened to me. It's just like, okay, well,
you're just a different person with a different type of mind.
Maybe it did happen. It's more of like I can't say it did or didn't happen. It's just hard in some situations. But I do think he's wrong when it came to that tape. And that little girl, we definitely knew was underage when he was messing with her. Because it wasn't everybody, like you said, everybody else was supposedly like of age when he was talking to them. Yeah,
after that, he tried to make sure that all the girls he messed with from there on out, it was legal in the state where they was from. Or at least what, and also where he, I don't want to say held them captive, but also where he, had them reside.
I wish they would just say, like, because you are who you sleep with. And you can't sleep with this man not just one time, but a plethora of times, and not understand that they have to understand there are similarities between him and themselves. And it's like what then came out on the documentary, it was like they all pointing the finger at this broken man. And even though they did unveil some of the things, that was hurting them, it's still, I don't know.
I mean, because at the end of the day, he's a victim as well.
Yeah.
But we're not going to look at him in that light, because the only thing that we have visually is this monster. Let's be clear on that word. This monster who is manipulating these women and supposedly keeping them hostage, but not keeping them hostage, which is kind of what was weird to me, because one thing that I knew was a common thread between all of the victims were that he ain't have them in no chains. He ain't tied them up and where they couldn't get loose. Except for that wife, he hog tied her and beat her ass. But
yeah, Norman ain't do that either until he got angry.
Okay, we went. All them people don't know what Norman is.
A lot of people do what the Bates Motel, Norman Bates. A lot of people do know what that is.
Okay, well, say it. Don't just say Norman.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, just like Norman from Bates Motel.
Okay, let's get back to R. Kelly. But I know you're using that as like a comparison, but my thing is that he preyed on the weak, though. You know what I'm saying? And he knew how to do that because he was preyed on as well. When he was at a very impressionable and innocent time in his life. But the thing about it is, what R. Kelly has shown us and that we can take from this situation is that anybody can be, manipulated and made a victim per se, because, or should I say not anyone, but the age doesn't matter. So, we know that kids become, sexually abused and physically and mentally abused, but you got some grown folks out here who, we look at like, damn, you grown, you should have a certain level of common sense or understand that, or we might feel like a certain level of understanding of knowing when this person is getting over on you, or they just, selling you a dream. But that's not always the case, because you got some people out there that's been almost in a dream state they got themselves, because they've been trying to escape something too. So when you got somebody that you know, shows you rainbows and glitter and gold and shit, you're gonna be more apt to kind of go for it. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't been taught how to, or you haven't given yourself a chance to get over whatever trauma or whatever has happened in your life, whether it ain't really got to be so much like trauma, just the misguidance or the lack of something. You know what I'm saying? Lack of love, lack of whatever. It's just sad. But R. Kelly know that's the only way he gonna make some money right now, honey. So I mean, if he can sell tickets, I want to see how this gonna go, cause that let me, that let us all know pretty much how many people is really out there like really supporting this man, and that's gonna be a way for him to find out too, going state to state or whatever. But yeah, that's the end of our discussion. Oh, you do? Okay, maybe not, y'all. We were talking about 21 Savage situation. How you feel about the situation,
This is
though?
so crazy. First of all, it's crazy because finding out that he's from the UK is, for somebody like me, like, it was shocking because all I've known is that he from Atlanta. He from Atlanta. He from the South. So to hear that he from the UK, it was like, what? Then when I seen the video of his mom, she was talking in her accent and stuff. It was interesting because I was like, wow. It made me, like, everybody on, the internet making memes and making fun of him by his situation, when I really don't feel like this is funny. Like, it's so many people that's depending on him. He got his kids, his mom, his family. Like,
He got kids?
Oh,
okay.
he got a couple few kids.
A couple few. I'm dead.
But he got a lot of people that he been supporting and that's dependent on him, and to see something like this happen to him, do you think those people are sitting up laughing at the memes? Do you think they think that's funny? No, because if it was everybody who out here laughing at that junk, if it was anybody in their family who was going through the same thing, and this is the person who, pretty much made it, and it's pretty much paving the way for you to make it. If something like that happened, you wouldn't be sitting here making fun of them and, making memes and sharing them on the internet and saying, oh, because 21 Savage from the UK, that means he ain't hood. And, they say 20, whatever 21 did, like, so the boy, and came back and was like, oh, they say 21 ain't from the hood. Big 21 ain't from the hood.
Hell no, I'm dead. But I mean, my whole thing is everybody made fun of everybody on this damn internet. I think we just choose to be sensitive to certain issues, and I think with the height of Trump being in office and the deportation issues and all of these things, I think that's what has people a little bit sensitive about it, and not just people, black people specifically. Because
Wait.
what? Well, because that's most of the, what should I say, feedback that I've been getting, because that's who I look at and follow on YouTube for the most part. But damn, I forgot what the hell. I was one track. Damn. Okay, but this is the thing. Everybody is being sensitive over the fact that the man, okay, he black, so we got black people like, that ain't funny. They don't take the damn girl, what her name is, Demi Lovato, because she wanted to laugh at the memes.
It's more.
Now, I agree.
But it's more than him just being black.
I'm not saying it's because he's black. I'm talking about the people who comments I've seen on the issue are black people. And so the black community right now is in an uproar, and that's who came at her, is the people, black Twitter, they say. Like, oh, it wasn't funny when you was out here on drugs and you was doing this and da-da-da-da. Now that somebody else, and not only that, he backed her up and supported her when it happened to her, and he said, I hope she make it through and this and that. So that's another reason people like, damn, this nigga actually spoke up for your ass when you was going through what you going through, and you gonna take the first opportunity to laugh at his situation. So you had those people that was upset about that. But my thing is, we laugh and talk about some of everything, and we don't even think about how it's affecting everybody in that person's life or how it's affecting that person, period. You know what I'm saying? But we pick and choose, so we want to say, oh, hell no, you can't talk about his situation, you know, and I get it. It's not a light situation. It's somebody who's been here for so long, since he was 12, and I mean, so he spent half of his life here and probably half of, his life where he's from. And he gonna go back to something that he probably doesn't remember from him being so young and being taken from that. But now the one thing that I heard that I think the most ignorant response or comment, and it has something to do with all the jokes, is that all the jokes are the tea and crumpets jokes, and like the one Demi Lovato, I guess, posted and laughed at was him going back writing with the old style ink pens where you dip them in the ink. Okay, first of all, let's be clear. Just because it's not something that you see on TV, they have hoods and slums and shit over there in UK too. Then they want to say, "Oh, this man, daddy a doctor, he rich. He come from a family with money." Nigga, if this daddy was participating, common sense would tell me why the fuck they moved to America to the hood then if he was participating and he got so much money. Let's be clear on that. The daddy ain't been no. He ain't been no daddy. Let's quit acting like we ain't got men out here or just people in general that when they break up with people, whether they got kids with them or not, bitch, they will get ghosts on your ass or not support you for whatever reason, whatever happened in y'all relationship. So clearly the man daddy probably ain't really been there. Now, I'm just, now aside from the deportation, we know he's been deported or is being deported, whatever. I want to know, what is it that he can do to come back? Like, what is that process? How does that work? That's my whole question. And well, we so caught up in the height of him being deported and things like that, and like, oh my God, like, wow, they deported him, da da da. I'm just wondering, okay, he's been deported. Now, okay, what's the process for him to come back? You know what I mean?
The only reason though that, to me, what doesn't make the situation funny is because it's more than just about him being black or even how long he's been here. It's kind of like about who he is as a person and the fact of what he's been trying to do recently. He's been changing his life and he's been more active in the community and investing in, just like he said in the video that I was watching earlier, he's not wearing chains, like, because of how, just it's like he's trying to show people from where he come from, which is Atlanta, how to be better and how not, and you don't have to do the same thing or the things that people have always done. You can do it different, and showing people just a better route. And literally a week ago, he just dropped that video, and when I saw it, you remember I came to you and I was like, "Mom, this video is so good." It's not about the song. Some people will make fun of him because and try to say he a mumble rapper, but I hear everything he say. I don't see how he's mumbling. He's not like Young Thug. I can hear him clearly. He speaks clearly in his music to me. But the video, it has so much meaning, and I think that was his family that was in the video. I don't get me wrong, but I think that was his family in the video. But anyway, even if it wasn't, it was all the people there was black. It was black magic, melanin, and it had a lot of meaning in it.
Well, we do understand a lot of times people in his position that is helping his community and is helping black people kind of tend to become martyrs. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like he was targeted because it's like, I feel like in a way the government is trying to take away his quote unquote street cred and have people that come from where he come from not taking it as serious, because it was at a point where people was trying to say, "Oh, so 21 Savage, it really is not about that life the way that he portrays to be." But then at some point I guess he had people put respect on his name, but it's like, since he's changed and he's trying to become better, I feel like they had to do something, because now everybody making fun of him. talking about, oh, he from UK. He really like they don't take him serious because he's from UK. So when you think about people like, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
don't
but
think,
damn, he just flew in for the UK yesterday.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, but he's
or right
like,
before his career started.
he was 12 when he got here. That's right around the time he was going through puberty. He was in the
Right.
streets. How is he not from there?
And then you come here as your I'm assuming his mother's oldest, if not only son, and we already know how that street shit go. When young black men see that their single mothers struggle to raise them and their siblings, I've heard this too many times that they feel like they're the men of the house if their fathers are absent, and they feel like that's something they got to go out and help provide.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly common sense would tell us there's no way this man daddy has been there. I don't give a damn who he is.
Because 21 Savage was really out there. Like, and he even said they don't call him that for no reason. And not even just selling drugs, but really like...
that man had two things against him when he came here. Number one, he black. You know what I'm saying? And they already gonna target him or look at him just like they look at any of us. Number two, he's not even from here. So that's two things. Now that's something else he got to prove to where his mama end up, moving them or whatever. So you get your street cred off of survival and also like, okay, nigga, I ain't from here. And we know how that feel because, in one of my other videos, if you guys have been watching, I said that I moved to Rochester, New York for 4 years. Well, I lived in Rochester when I was younger as well. And me and my oldest daughter went through, that experience of being that new person. People tend to target you, and feel like, oh, that's a new person. Well, I'm going to poke the bear. I'm going to mess with her because she's new. And in both situations, they ain't get shit for it.
You need to come in where you came from.
Right, because I had to beat the bitch ass and my baby had to fight her way through it until she had to get where they were just like, oh, yo, she ain't fucking off. She ain't finna just let you do her any kind of way. And I had to instill that in her, let her know, because I already knew through experience, look, you the new kid on the block. You have no older siblings. You are the oldest. Mommy can't beat up kids, but I fuck one of their parents up if it came down to it. But I can't fight no children. So you gonna have to learn how to defend yourself. And of course, you the new person, and I told her how it was gonna go, and that's exactly how it went. You're gonna have those couple kids that's gonna say, oh, she knew, or we gonna try her, and she sounds different, she looks different, all of this stuff that kids do. So she had to whoop a couple asses before people was just like, oh yeah, okay,
hands
yeah,
off their shoulders.
Right. So I mean, I can only just imagine what he was up against coming from somewhere and being that new person, and then having to also deal with the issues that was going on in his home within his family. So I ain't taking none of that away from him. You know what I'm saying? So, because he don't made it this far. And, and that's another thing too, when you was talking about how he was trying to change his life and be better. But this is the thing that I'm going to say in reference to that. And we see it happen too many times. Even people who are like religious Christian folk could even tell you this. Soon as you try to start changing your life and doing better, here come the bullshit. Because this the thing. It's some shit that you ain't gonna be able to escape. Karma is just gonna be karma. And you still gonna have to pay for those things that you done wrong. And sometimes just doing the good deed might not be, enough, or what the universe has planned for you to, to rectify that, or what I would call it even. So sometimes your karma might come in a different way, you know what I mean? But I also feel like I'm really hopeful, what I'm saying, when it comes to his situation, and I'm, but they can, even though I think it would be wrong, because my daughter enlightened me, because I didn't know, because all I was just hearing, through the media and everything was, oh, he had a gun charge, but I didn't hear them speak on the fact that he beat it, you know what I'm saying, and did, or expunged his record of it. So it's just like, okay, he committed a crime. He's like anybody else from here. He did his time, and he expunged his record. And the positive things that he's doing in his community, to me at this point, is what matters the most. We want to still hold people in this box or in their past, and we don't want to accept the person who they become. And it's really sad. It's really sad. And we got a whole motherfucking office. They got a whole past and a present. And he still became president. So the fuck? But hey, I guess that's the country we live in, ain't no. Shit ain't fair. It never has been.
It ain't supposed to be. That's why when I get older, I get a certain age, I'm moving. I plan on it. If the country has not made a turnaround, I'm not gonna go too far, but I want to move. Cause America, Jesus, this is not where it's at. Every country, has their own pros and cons, but it's just I've heard of so many people that go to different places, and it's not like it's just so different. I feel like, and racism is everywhere. Like, I wouldn't even say that's not anywhere else, but it's just America is so different.
I don't know.
Canada got free healthcare,
Free education too, I think.
free education. Like, they care about their people. That really shows you they care about their people. This country takes everything from their people.
Yeah, but it's other countries like that too.
Well,
that has the free health care and free education.
I know I said that shows you they care and they want better for their country because they understand the better their people are, the better they are. America is a horrible country because they ain't taking everything from us. We malnutrition. We is malnutrition around here.
Yeah. I mean, I think it has its pros and cons as well. And they're going to be different than, the next country. But those two things I think are important, which is healthcare and education. I mean, if you're going to require me to hold a certain level of education or a degree in order for me to get a job that's, that's going to pay me enough to be able to sustain myself and my family, then I think that it should be some type of help with that. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, but I mean, that's how America has always been. And I'm not saying that it should continue. It's just letting us know where the changes need to be made. It needs to be a playing field. And
I never understood, why is it that I have to pay to go to school to be a doctor or to be something that contributes to this country?
Everything contributes to this country. That's why free education should be,
But I'm saying especially
all around,
all
across the board.
Especially for stuff that we need. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, especially stuff. I don't mean like with me just wanting to be a makeup artist or something like that. I mean, like, we need doctors. It's a lot of jobs out here that need more people.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing about that, like, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, you can still look at the role of a doctor, and some people would think that his role is just as important as a holistic doctor, and they don't go to school for 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I really think that that's a whole nother story though. But
I'm saying, why should I have to pay for a position like that when that's stuff we need?
Yeah, but I mean, we need a lot of positions that's out there, not just doctors and lawyers and things that we've made to be so super important, because it's so much information and stuff out there where you could pretty much kind of heal yourself. So it's like, when you have knowledge of that, then I'm not saying it diminishes the doctor role, but it kind of does, to a certain degree. When you feel like, oh, it's preventative stuff out here I can do, and it's stuff out here that's available to me that I can grow in my backyard or keep within my home that I can treat myself with, it kind of does diminishes the doctor role. So, I mean, doctors are good, and not even just say the doctors, but the equipment and the, technology that we have to even diagnose is cool, and I think that we will forever need, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But treatment wise, I mean, it's too, it's it's too much out here now, and that we're becoming more aware of.
But I do feel like we do still need doctors.
I'm not saying we don't. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we don't. You know what I mean? But that was our discussion. We've already been almost 50 minutes. But if you guys like the discussion that we have, please make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share and subscribe. We really appreciate it. It really does help me out a lot. And I thank you guys for coming and listening to us. And just be looking out for more videos. Thank you guys, and thank you for coming to Angie's room.
Toodles.
Bye.